Travel with me.
Hey fellow humans, Mina here. Welcome back to another Drive-In Talk. As I mentioned in last week's video, I am recording a bunch of videos all at once because October gonna be really busy and I don't have time to do them weekly and such. And if you're wondering why my voice is at this current moment in time, I currently have corona. I'm doing much better. It's been a few days and I'm doing a lot better right now, but you know, it's like the tail end of it, so that's why my voice kind of sounds a little weird. If you're wondering, but don't worry, at the time you're seeing it, this video, I am definitely way over corona. So yeah, housekeeping aside, let's get into this week's video. So we've been talking about the Shifter series, and then they did a spin-off series of that main one with the Wildcats. And the book we are talking about today, it ends the trilogy. So far it's only a trilogy. This is the last book in the Wildcat series. Hopefully there'll be more someday, who knows. This one's been out for a while, but yeah, the book we are talking about today is Wild Card by Rachel Vincent. And I really enjoyed this one. Sorry if you're here for a rant and rave, but it's gonna be mostly a rave because I really enjoyed the spin-off series. They were really good for me. But yeah, here is the blurb. Casey Dillon is a man-eater. She's grown up on the fringes of shifter society, hearing the whispers. One desperate act of a starving, terrified child and made her the first tabby in history with no romantic prospect. But whatever, 18 is too young to get married anyway. Still, when she stumbles upon an opportunity to get away for a few days, who could blame her for seizing it up? Justice Alexander is screwed. Confined to the South Central Territory, waiting trial for crimes he committed as a traumatized, newly infected stray. Justice has discovered that the tribunal already intends to vote for the death penalty. He has no choice but to run. Too young to touch the trust fund that he could finance his escape, he's betting on a big win at poker tables. Until Casey, hello Soren, my actual cat, his secret crush, catches him sneaking out and demands that he takes her with him to Las Vegas. Please don't turn on the fan, thank you. After a wild night she can't remember, Casey wakes up with a ring on her finger next to a young billionaire who can't access his fortune until he turns 25, or ties the knot. If she can keep her hands off her hot, charismatic new groom, she can have their unconsummated marriage annulled. But can she really abandon Justice to his death sentence just to undo her mistake? So here are my thoughts on the second reread of this book/series, because you know it's been so long since I read the original and the spin-off that's like reading it with fresh eyes, which I love. Me, I guess Soren decides to join us for this Cat Shifter series. Love that. I've always loved Casey. She was one of my favorite characters in the Shifter series, so I'm happy she gets her moment to shine in her own novel. Well, she shares it with Justice, stupid name by the way, but still. I love the whole teens doing stupid teens thing vibe of this novel. It's a fresh story in the Shifters universe. It's still within the same story, but with much lighter tone. I mean, yeah, Justice is running away from a trial that could end in his execution, but compared to the other books in the Shifters and Wildcat series, it's a much lighter tone. I also appreciate Vincent for making this book have sexual tension rather than graphic scenes we're used to, especially since Casey's only 18. I do want to point out the continuity error, though. Casey wasn't found eating the hiker in the OG series. Yes, she did eat human flesh, but she was found by the Bruin killer who knocked her out and then brought her to the other shifters. Feel bad all of the Toms keep calling her man-eater, but if you know her story, she didn't even know she could become a human again, and well, food is food. I'm glad Casey got to live life a little and leave the ranch. However, I would like to know if Casey decided to stay married to Justice. Sure, she could like him a lot, but they barely know each other. It's intense infatuation at best. The same goes for Justice. Maybe in the future we'll get another Shifter spinoff and find out what's going on in Justice and Casey's future, even if it's from the perspective of some new main characters. So yeah, how about you guys, my fellow humans? As I asked before, have you read the Shifter series? And if so, did you know there was this spin-off series, The Wildcats? Well, I should say trilogy at this moment because there's only 3. And if so, did you read them? I highly recommend the entirety of everything, honestly. And I quite like the covers, too. They're all really gorgeous. What are your thoughts on some cat shifters? We mostly hear stuff like werewolf shifters, but we don't really hear cats. Do we? I don't know. At least not in my circle. And they basically turn into big, giant Black Panther-looking things, and that's pretty cool. But yeah, let me know your comments and thoughts down below. I'd love to hear from you. Anywho, that's all I gotta say for now. If you want to keep hearing more about stuff, including be sure to follow me on all of your favorite socials, links below, including my driving/travel channel, Drive with Mina. Stay safe and take care. Bye!